day. There was a lot of good market movement, especially with the FOMC minutes. If you're a scalper, then yeah, it was quite an event. It was quite a very nice event. Price was at that resistance on the daily chart. That's quite a resistance, a very strong resistance, and many people were looking forward to breaking it and moving so far past it. But I think the best way of trading yesterday to make profit from that event, that high risk kind of trading, yeah, it was good trading a 5-minute chart. We're going to be looking at that that time last night at around yeah, the impact came in after 10. It wasn't exactly at 10, but it was a bit after 10 when some good impact came in. And if you managed to make some money there, good for you. If you didn't make any money there, still good. It was a bit risky anyway. It's always risky to trade news, and this time it was very risky, especially with a chart like that one, gold. Yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at it. But yeah, another thing today, we don't have so many high impact events. As a matter of fact, there are no high impact events. There is just some medium impact events, and we've been seeing some good volatility coming from the market impact of these events in this past few weeks, so we can't really ignore any of them. Let's just take a look at the economic calendar and see. We'll just take a look at these events one by one, and you never know, you could have some market impact later on in the day. So yeah, so at around at midday, there's going to be another report. That's the economic bulletin. That one is affecting the euro. It's going to be this one is released by the European Central Bank, so it's going to be quite this one is going to be quite interesting. There could be some volatility coming from this. It's quite it's an isolated event. There aren't so many other events that are coming out with it affecting Europe as a whole. We just have two affecting Italy. There is global trade balance and trade balance, and these are very they're not even low impact events, but they are very, very low. There will be also the 10-year bond and also the auction. That one is affecting Spain. So these ones here, they are really not having a very big impact on the euro, but the economic bulletin will definitely have an impact. It's just a report. So the market impact will also come in a few minutes after midday, because it has to be first read. It's not some statistics that have direct impact. This is a report that you have to read, and then you'll get the impact after that. Yeah, so later on at about okay, at 4:30, 4:30 of our time. Yeah, this one has many events affecting the US dollar. There is building permits month over month. There is a building permits change. These are for January. Yeah, so the building permits month over month is a medium impact event. Previous figure is 1.885. The consensus is 1.76. Yeah, so that is for the building permits month over month. Yeah, then the continuing jobless claims will come in later on. That will be, well, they won't come in later on, but at the same time. Yeah, so the previous figures as 1.621 and expected to drop to 1.605. So that is good for if jobless claims reduce, that is good for the US dollar. Then the housing starts. This one here is month over month. That's a medium impact event, so it could have some volatility, some good market impact. This one is also sort of a reduction. Okay, and then the jobless claims 4-week average. This one, there is no consensus. The initial jobless claims, there is a consensus that's a reduction. So all this looks good for the US dollar. Maybe this one here, the Philadelphia Federal Reserve manufacturing survey. Yeah, so this one here, it could be this one could have a negative impact. What is expected is 20. The previous figure is 23.2. So anything above 20 here will really be good for the US dollar. Then later on, there will be a speech from the European Central Bank from Philip Richard. So he's an executive board member of the European Central Bank. So he's going to speak at 5 p.m. and yeah, the market impact will come in as the speech moves on. So that that sums up the events for today. And some good market impact could be expected. Today is Thursday. There are so many traders in the market, and things are moving. So there's a lot of volatility. So anything can tip off these charts to have some spikes in the small time frames, and you can take advantage of that by following up these events. Okay, so let me refresh this and we'll get some fresh analysis there. Okay, so this is a Euro USD. I think we drew this triangular formation moving downwards with a zigzag in it. Some kind of price action, and we have a breakout moving up there. So we could most likely be having let me put this into the 30 minutes, trying to make sense of this small reversal that we are having. Okay, so in the 15 minutes we have these higher lows and the lower lows. We have that and this, and so we have that upward movement there. This has taken some time, but okay, one thing to note is we had price in this channel and it broke out, and so we took this as a reversal up here for the price to move down, and we're trying to find out a point of reversal where it is moving upwards. And we did that kind of analysis, and we have these two tops up here. They are slightly they're not really, we don't really have lower highs up there. We have some two tops there. We don't have any shoulders there, or what looks like shoulders, but we have some kind of channel. Okay, not a really good channel anyway, but for this chart here, it's sort of in a range market. There isn't a lot of there's some volatility, but it's moving sideways. We could be having a reversal taking place there. Maybe we can catch the earliest traces of the reversal in these smaller time frames, but there's really nothing much there. So looking at this trend, let me delete all these lines here so that we have some clarity there. Okay, so looking at this upward trend with this reversal up here. So we have price that moved below the 50.0, and I think the last time we looked at this, it was still above this zone. It hasn't yet broken down, but there is some good support there. Looking at the events of yesterday, there's some good support there. The price has been, it's a picture perfect support. So price is still stuck in there. So we could wait for one of two areas to be broken. Now we officially have this channel here, the 23.6 and the 50.0, giving us the resistance and the support. And we have this medium point here, which is also dictating a lot of the price movement. And we have equal, the price has really balanced out this channel here. So we have this price being the dominant bottom position here, and dominant again up here, and that is quite it's interesting. So we don't have a dominant position that maybe it is mostly moving in this upper channel or this lower channel. But anyway, we have it's already in between the 23.6 and the 50.0. So when it breaks out above the 23.6 or below this one, we could buy to the top there or sell to this bottom. So for the Euro USD right now, it's a bit of a gamble, maybe for scalping and for for people who are trading very long. This is the daily chart. So if you're doing some long-term trading, you have some good divergence there. You have the higher lows on the RSI, and you have the lower lows on the price. So and this one here has already hit the maximum there. Yeah, price moved from the bottom and hit it there. Maybe the next area to take profit could be another 320 pips. Yeah, so 320 pips above there. It's around it's around that 1.17550 price. Yeah. Okay, so this is the other area to take. This is a second take profits. If you bought at this bottom and took profit there, you wait for price to break above that top, and then you take another profit up there. And you can take another one there, another 320 pips. That can be your take profit 3. Yeah, 320 around there at the 1.20650. Okay. Yeah, so that's another take profit up there. So you could determine by this. So if this one continues breaking all these levels, you can trade to the next one and make some good profit there. That's for the Euro USD. So yesterday we're looking at so many charts, especially charts that had the Euro in them. So we had the Euro USD there, Euro GBP. We're looking at these channels, and yeah, nothing really happened. For this one here, we're still waiting. New Zealand dollar. This one here has broken our support. Yeah, we had set this price here for price to break below these lowest lows, and we have a perfect break there, and we can continue selling to this 38.2. That's 115 pips away. So price could easily get there. Yeah, we're already moving down towards that area, and we have a very nice break there. Previously price was being resisted at the 23.6. Yeah, and the lowest it had gone were these, these tails which are down there, and now, yeah, we have a break. We just have two candlesticks below this breaking point, and yeah, this is how you take your gamble. Yeah, not a gamble really, but you take a decision based on some good information. So having price breaking that area of support, yeah, it gives you a good reason to sell. Yeah, if you buy, I don't know, it's already bearish, so you only sell when price is moving downwards, and you buy when price is moving upwards. So here, the thing to do is to sell, so we shall just keep watching this and see how far it goes. So this can be a priority chart. Let me remove these others, which haven't yet moved into the direction we're hoping for. Okay, so this one, the Euro versus the South African Rand. Yeah, this one as well, we've been at this resistance here for some time. Yeah, this support, sorry. And we don't have any break there yet. Yeah, but for this one here, in case this is a reversal, in case price is moving upwards, we have this kind of a channel where price is it's moving like that. This bearish move. So price could easily move upwards and tap there again somewhere in the future, then come back down. So that is a very big possibility. So price could right now be at a very strong reversal there. Yeah, price could be reversing, and if you look at this RSI, it is it is just slightly below the 30 mark. So it is oversold at that point, and here we have it above. So we have some kind of divergence right there. So we have this we have these higher lows and these lower lows on the price. Yeah, so we could most likely be having a reversal taking place right now, and if a reversal is actually taking place in this 4-hour chart, then that's how we're going to start buying. So to be very sure about this being a reversal is if price breaks above this 23.6. It has been perfectly resisted at that point. It's a very good resistance. It has been resisted there, and then so we just wait for price to break above this point, and we can buy to the 38.2, get about 1,035 pips. Yeah, the Euro versus the South African Rand is quite it's quite It's quite profitable. It makes more money than gold. It makes more money than GBP USD. These very exotic charts make a lot of money, and they can also make you lose a lot of money. So you have to be very careful when you're trading them. Okay, so there are so many pips there. There are about 1,000, about 2,000 pips. Okay, 1,800 to the 50.0. Yeah, so we just wait for price to break above there, and then you buy. If it breaks below the lowest point, that tail, then you can start selling. Can start selling and go below. So that is okay. That's for the euro versus the South African rand. Okay, GBP USD still in that channel. This is a daily chart, but we're still in between that area there. Price is exactly in the middle there. Looking at the 4-hour chart, let's see if we can get some movement that we can, some predictable movement that we can profit from. Okay, so we're still in this channel anyway, still in this range. Okay, let me not draw too many red lines. Let me pull these ones into the range market. So we have that resistance and we have that support. So price is moving in between there. If we give it a medium point, so that's what we have. So here the best thing to do is maybe sell from the top, buy from the bottom, and yeah, it can be a bit undecided in the middle there, but breaking out of this range market will be something that we should really wait for before we start making any decisions. Maybe you can scalp. You can scalp. There's a lot of scalping opportunities in here. Maybe in the 5-minute chart, we have real trends in the 5-minute chart. You can start predicting some good movements, especially from this overbought and oversold position. So you have you have an overbought position there, but okay, this one can first take you for a ride. 22 pips in negative, then about 10 pips in positive. Yeah, not so bad. But that is selling in an upward trend is bad. But this oversold position here, this one can give you some good number of pips. About 40 pips. You can even take it. Okay, this maybe to this point here, about 40 pips, and you get out, and you take another oversold position, that one, and you buy. Yeah, just scalping about 18 pips, then another oversold position, that one. Yeah, so it's a very nice one. You buy there. Yeah, about 34 pips. Yeah, this one here is it's good for scalping for this GBP USD. Okay, let's look at gold. Let's look at gold and what happened yesterday and how you could have profited from it by scalping. Gold is not an easy chart, but if you have the money to risk, then I always recommend that you put there enough money that doesn't really get you scared. Some money that you can put there that you won't really regret losing. That way you will trade like someone who has a demo account. When you have a demo account, you're fearless. You can do anything without fear. So if you trade like that on such days, then you'll be very focused because you're just trying to break some kinds of records. You don't really care about consequences. Okay, so this is the chart of gold. So yesterday the news came out at around 10 p.m. This is today, 17th, yesterday, 16th. Okay, 21, 22. Yeah, so around there. Okay, that's about the point. That is 23. Yeah, that's where the market impact started from. So in a 15-minute chart, yeah, this is exactly how it looked like. So 23, let's see, 22, 30. So at exactly 10 p.m., we had, let's see, it's now 9:35. So the chart is 1 hour behind. So here we're looking not for 23, but 22. because it's 1 hour behind. Okay, so 22 is around there. So always be careful about your candlesticks. Look at your charts and make sure that you have the right. Look at the times. When you look at the time on your chart, look at the most recent candlestick, then look at your time on the clock, and you will know exactly. You will know the time zone of your MetaTrader 4. Okay, so yesterday. Okay, so yesterday 20, I'm looking for 21 actually. Yeah, there, so this is where the market impact was at that red line. So, we'll just take a scroll through and you see how you could have scalped. The most profitable kind of price movement. So, there's about, that first impact. It came in with about 50 pips. 50 gold pips, that is 50. Then you sell again, you have another 50 pips. Maybe there you can take about 40 or 30. When price traces back against you, then when you move along with the price, you get another 40 pips. Find that area there of resistance. Sell again until this other area of resistance. You collect another 40 pips. Price starts moving upwards, collect another 30 something. Then you have this here. Selling may not really be so nice, but okay. So price, it kept moving like that at 60 pips and up to where it is right now. So they're about 60 or so. If you're scalping on the 5-minute chart, on a day like that, this is quite, it's quite something. So you have an area of support up there where price broke. So it broke up there today, and it has been playing up there ever since. So price went up there, it broke at that point, came back. So you have 2 low points there that you can use as a reference. Then those 2 low points touching, you have your third low point there. So market impact is at this vertical line. So you trade, move to the top, to the bottom, to the top. Now these 2 bottoms here give you a sense of where the next bottom will be. So price comes, breaks there, it doesn't really get to the top. Then it breaks to the bottom, tests the level. Now here, you're convinced that you have a downward trend because you have this short-term trend line and price has broken it, gone to the top and come back below. And but then price, it surprises you. But by this time, the market impact is really done. You don't really, this is some kind of a range market that you don't really care for. So the events that followed from FOMC minutes, the price movement in these small details, it's not always nice looking. It can really give you a shock. So you have that area of support. You have another area of support basing on a historical price movement, which is up there. So if you're buying, that is the highest point you're probably looking at. That is the 1,879.19. So that is the highest point you're looking at right now if you're buying, if you're still in a buying trade, and there are about 35 pips to get there. So that could maybe happen today or tomorrow or maybe next week. So you can just keep your eyes on that, and so you can profit from that. We already have what is already happening in the 30-minute chart affecting gold, happening right now. We have the RSI coming from an overbought position, and it's moving down like that, and we have the price moving in an so we have the higher lows up there and we have the lower lows down here. So we have that bearish divergence, and can load the MACD there, and it's still in a dominant upward position, that upward area there. And the moment it crosses below, we could have some good some good short-term selling movement. So you can get some pips there, maybe to that first bottom and to this second bottom. You can collect some pips there if if this divergence actually plays out. So think about divergence is once it happens, you can start selling off this second top, and you make some, you'll make more money, you'll collect more pips. If it moves against you, then your stop loss needs to be somewhere up there, somewhere relative. And this is a 30-minute chart, so you have to be very careful with with how you place your stop loss and take profit. The 30-minute charts don't really have they don't really provide you with good areas of take profit, and stop loss. It's normally a bit of a gamble. These are 4-hour charts that give you some good areas of support and resistance, because the price will definitely support those levels. Okay, so let's take a look through this app. Euro USD is now it's not giving us any definite price movement. It's just some places are selling, others are buying. Okay, Gbp USD is saying buy. I think we looked at it there. It is some sort of a range market, but it's it is currently buying, which is good. USD JPY, nothing. Let's see, USD CHF, nothing there. Okay, GBP JPY. This one here is buying. I think it is the last chart here. It's also in a range market, sort of a range market, but it's bullish. But it has a resistance up there where it hasn't broken. So this one here, it's not really buying. These things here could change anytime and give us the right movement. Euro GBP is selling, but it was also in a range market. We looked at that one already. Euro New Zealand, there is a lot of strong sell in these small charts. Let's see what it looks like, and maybe we already looked at it. Euro New Zealand. Okay, this one was our perfect chart. It's already selling. This one here is it's in a good area of movement. If it is playing with us, then here there's really no choice. This is where the market plays you. It gives you everything looking nice, and if it doesn't go your way, then you hit your stop loss. If it goes your way, then you forget about it very fast and look for the next profit. That's a problem with forex. You make a profit somewhere, you don't remember it, you just run to the next one. You make a loss, you cry about it to everyone who you meet, and tell people how forex can eat your money. Okay, Euro CHF, nothing much there. Okay, GBP Canada, this one here looks good. Let's take a look at it and see. You could get some good price movement there. GBP. Okay, GBP Canada. It is buying, strong buying these big charts. Okay, that is good. So the 4-hour chart for this one here is what we're going to consider. Let me remove the period separators. Okay, it's at a resistance. It's at a resistance up there. Trying to break that resistance. We have a long-term triangular formation. Okay, long-term triangle. So price is moving zigzag in a 4-hour triangle. And I've really zoomed it out. That is the last zoom. So we have this zigzag in a triangle in the 4-hour chart. So prices are bound to break out either above the red line or the blue line. Once it breaks out, there are going to be some good profits that will take some good number of days to collect. But that's okay. Let's keep moving on. Okay, GBP New Zealand is selling. GBP Canada buying. GBP New Zealand selling. This is quite interesting. The pound is losing terribly in one country and winning in another. So GBP New Zealand is selling. Okay, it's a short-term sale. In the 4-hour chart, in the daily chart, okay, it has broken broke some other area of support, and it looks like it's moving up. So this one here is quite Yeah, it's quite interesting. Let's see if we have any divergence there. The RSI, not really. Not really. So the possibility we don't have a new trend forming. Okay, this is quite good. So in a 4-hour chart, we have a previous oversold position, and the previous low position is that one. So we have the hidden divergence here. We have the lower lows on the RSI, and we have the higher lows on the higher lows on the what? On the prices. So this is a hidden divergence that shows you the continuing of an upward trend. Okay, so to be very sure about this one, you have to buy above the highest point. You can buy right now. Okay, you could have bought off this bounce, could have made some good number of pips there, and in a 4-hour chart that is zoomed out like this, some nice pips, about 260 pips. Yeah, those are nice pips. So you could have bought from below here and move to the top, but you can still be patient and wait for price to break above that top line and continue moving upwards. And if we do that, we buy to this area of resistance. Yeah, and the pips that are in there are about 450 pips. Yeah, which is quite good. So this one here needs some time. It needs some time. You can't just buy right now. If you do, that will be a very big risk. And yeah, they say if you don't risk, they say if you don't risk, then you're risking the more. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, that one you'll have to wait for it for some time, and you will, once it matures, you'll make some good money. The good thing about these markets, price either moves up or it moves down. The alternative is always one other thing. So here, if it doesn't buy, then it's going to sell. But here we most likely have price moving upwards, and we have that hidden divergence that gives us reason to keep on buying. So let's look for one more chart and see if we can get. Okay, there are so many charts here that are, we have strong sell. Too many of them. There's GBP, CHF, and there's the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Let's just take a look at both of them. So GBP, CHF is that one. Okay, it's a 1-hour chart, and it looks like a range market. And the 4-hour chart also looks like a range market. Doesn't really explain this strong. Okay, that is in the small time frames. There is some kind of rapid movement. Yeah, and it's there. Yeah, so price is actually moving rapidly in these small time frames. Okay, so that one, you can't really rely on that so much. The Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay, this one might have some better news for us. Australia, JPY. Okay, so this one has also some good upward movement. Okay, so price coming off this big drop. This big drop took place at around 5:50 a.m. At around it's about 4 a.m. Yeah, I think you need to look at you need to consult the economic calendar all the time, so that you know exactly what happened and how it happened and everything. Okay, so at around that time we have unemployment rate affecting the Australian dollar. That is at 3:30 a.m. of our time. So we have employment changes, full-time employment, part-time employment, participation rate, unemployment rate. So all that happened at 3 a.m. At 2:50 a.m. affecting the Japanese yen, exports year over year, imports year over year. Yeah, so you can see, for Japan, imports and exports mean a lot. That's why you have the high impact events. For Australia, you have employment, and even America, you have employment. Britain, you have consumer price index, and Europe. So you can know what really contributes the most to a certain country. So yeah, so for the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen, there are two countries that had very big impact events. So there's a lot of there was some good price movement there, and now it is going back to being bullish. So in this 15-minute chart, we have this kind of price movement. Let's see as we zoom out if we can get anything to support it. Okay, there's nothing supporting that, but then we have another trend line there, something like that. Let me take this out. So price action comes in, it comes in very many colors. It's not always one definite thing. So we have some kind of triangle forming here. This is the previous trend line that price broke, tested, and we don't have a downward trend. Instead, it is now inside this other channel, moving upward. So we might have a continuing upward trend based on the 4-hour chart. Based on the 1-hour chart. Based on the 4-hour chart, there's really nothing much to really attribute this to, but yeah, we have a lot of there's a lot of price movement that is quite rapid, and currently it is shooting up. Australia, Japan. It's a very irregular chart. Okay, the Australian dollar versus the CHF. Okay, let's see if there's one which is really synchronized. One that we can really look at. Okay, maybe that leaves us with this one here, the Australian dollar versus the CHF. There's a lot of strong buy movement there. So this can be your priority charts, the ones that have the synchronized movements. The ones that don't have synchronized movement, you can do some serious analysis on them. But these others here, you can really get some good short-term trades, and you can make some small profits like that. Okay, so this one here, starting from this bottom, we have that trend line moving up. There's what looks like a reversal up there. You could see why it stopped below. It moved to the 61.8. It's now moving back upwards. Okay, we can delete that in case we have a second reversal taking us up. Price has just been, it's just at the 61.8. So it could continue upwards or not. If it does, you just have to buy above these high areas, and you can probably buy to the top or to the midpoint, because price might really start playing around there. So if you buy from that current resistance moving upwards, you can get about 15 pips. It's not so bad. So I think that's the last chart for today. Just keep on looking at those events on the economic calendar, and make sure you follow them up. The market impact could be, it could be something very volatile. You might get some good spikes there in the small time frames. Don't only look at the 1-hour chart and the 4-hour chart. Look at also those small time frames, because most of these charts don't really have a lot of price movement in these big charts. So just look at them in the smaller time frames, and scalping might be a bit tough, but if you're to make some money there, you also have to be very tough. You have to go inside there and make some money. You have to be very brave and go into that jungle and say you can profit from all that, whatever is happening in the market in those small time frames. You will be very happy at the end of the day. So I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.